Although I will say the most important part about the Hawaii trip was that Gant and I are officially part of the moped gang now.
Yes, I mean, I was the one that got those boys into it.
I have now officially joined the moped gang.
Yeah, I mean, part of the reason I've become part of the moped gang was because in the last month I went to Vietnam.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. Eh?
Yeah. I
God,
guess
it's been so long.
I guess we should go in chronological order, right?
Yeah, we're way out of order there.
Yeah.
We're way out of order. We went in reverse order. But yeah, I went to Vietnam, changed my life because...
Oh, you're like a white guy.
Yeah. Changed my life. And I say that as a, already Southeast Asian who's been to Thailand a bunch of times in my life. I am now part of the scooter gang.
Was that your first time?
It was my first time in Vietnam. So yeah.
Vietnam mentioned Paul.
Let's go.
Gang.
Yeah, it's funny because it's only like an hour away from Bangkok. So I don't know why I've never been to Vietnam or a lot of other Southeast Asian countries.
That's what happens when something is too close.
Yeah.
You end up never going because you always think it's within reach.
Yeah,
So you never
exactly.
bother,
It's like
right?
Japanese people never going to Korea.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely go.
Yeah, I'll go
an
an
hour
hour.
flight.
That's fine,
it's
whatever.
Yeah, it's an hour
like-
flight. My entire life, I'd never gone on that trip for just an hour, even though it probably takes long to fly to Hokkaido from here.
Yeah.
But it was a very, very short flight. And I had a friend who was living there. So I was like, hey, I'll come visit you for the weekend. First time in Vietnam, show me around. So in my mind, most Southeast Asian countries are basically the same, except for Singapore. Singapore's like its own thing. That's not real Southeast Asia, right?
It's the friend with the rich house.
Yeah. Singapore's not real Southeast Asia, right?
Asia's better.
Says the Malaysian.
Nobody asked Malaysian boy.
You guys have a good GDP, people follow the rules there. That's not real Southeast Asia, man. Come on. Stop faking, guys. Stop faking.
And chewing gum is illegal.
Yeah, exactly, right?
The fuck is that?
Your streets are clean.
Yeah, the privilege.
Yeah, your streets are clean. You got a good GDP. What's going on here? That's not the Southeast Asia I know. But
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, what I will say is, Vietnam is very, very similar to Thailand. Shocker.
Oh, Maylene's here.
Maylene's
Oh, shit.
here as well.
Oh, shit, Maylene's
oh my
here.
god, we got all the Southeast
we got all the
Asians here
Southeast
now.
Asians.
Sea Gang Unite.
Maylene said, except for the communists.
Yeah, that's
What does that mean?
Thank you for your input, Maylin. But so I thought that I was prepared for the scooter culture there because I thought scooters were just everywhere in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Which they are in Thailand as well. But in Vietnam, it is on a whole nother level. It was actually like fucking shocking to see how many like the scooter to car ratio, which I got told, I don't know if this is true, I got told it's like 80% scooters and motorcycles versus 20% cars on the roads. I don't know if that's true, but it definitely felt like it was true.
We own the road now.
Yeah, we own the road. And yeah, just so my entire life, I was scared of scooters or scared of I think I'd partly been conditioned to not get into like the scooter culture, and partly I had some bad experiences as a kid when I tried to learn how to ride a scooter for the first time.
Right.
And I remember like when I was like 7 or something, my cousin was like, "Oh, do you want to give it a go?" Didn't tell me anything, and all I did was just rev up.
Oh no!
It just flew forward. It fell on me, and I'm like, I'm never riding a scooter again in my life. And also, I grew up. My parents were just like, "You are not getting a scooter. You are never riding on scooters. Those are dangerous. Do not do that. We are not a household that rides scooters here." So so my entire life, I'd just been conditioned to be afraid of scooters.
Anti-scooter household.
And anti-scooter household. But in Vietnam, you don't really have a choice. You are getting on a scooter whether you like it or not, because even if you want to go somewhere close by, nobody really uses cars for like their equivalent of Uber there, which is Grab. Everyone just uses Grab bikes.
Right.
And the first thing that kind of sold me on this idea of, possibly riding a scooter in Vietnam is everyone wears helmets. What the fuck, Thailand? What the fuck? I mean, like when you guys were in Thailand, how many people did you see wearing helmets on motorcycles?
Literally zero.
Zeros.
I don't even think they had seatbelts yet. I don't honestly
Dude, half of them weren't even wearing shoes.
Yeah.
They're literally just fucking freeing the beasts, and also their hair just fucking flying out behind them, going at like 80 kilometers an hour. And they're just like, yeah, hell yeah, on the highway. And I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
well, That's a
Yeah,
casualty
you-
waiting to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think Thailand has at one point was like the most dangerous roads on the planet.
I believe that.
And you know, I totally believe that as well. And so I thought, okay, this is just normal in Southeast Asia. Going to Vietnam blew my fucking mind because it made me realize, oh, people can actually care about their safety and follow the rules. And follow the rules in terms of at least wearing helmets, even if you order like a grab bike. Every motorbike taxi comes with a spare helmet for the passenger to wear.
wow.
That's tight.
So I was just like, oh my, if they can make it work, why can't Thailand make it work, man? What's going
Well,
on?
I mean, throwing it back to the Hawaii thing as well. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'd have to negotiate in Thailand for the helmet. It's like, no, it's an extra $20.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck, man? Give me the helmet.
Well, it's so weird because like throwing it back to the Hawaii thing, like there were so many like mopeds and scooters there as well.
Yeah.
No one was wearing helmets.
Right. Even in Hawaii.
Even in Hawaii, they
Yeah.
weren't wearing helmets.
Yeah, and I remember because like when we rented our scooters in Hawaii, I was like, I want the helmet. I want my safety. And the guy literally told us, and it's like, oh, that's good. Normally I have to like really fight for my clients to like wear helmets, and they rarely do. They rarely do.
Jesus.
So yeah, my first experience was getting picked up by my mate at the airport, and he was like, had a small luggage on me, and I was like, where's the car? And he was like, there is no car.
Welcome to Vietnam.
Yeah, welcome
you
to
fucking-
Vietnam.
Imagine traveling to a place and bringing luggage. What a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
What a fucking asshole.
So I was like, where do I put the luggage? And he was like, welcome to Vietnam, baby. And so he just, you know, this was compared to some of the other shit I saw people putting on motorcycles. This was
God.
like, this was tame. But so he just put it at the front, and I was like,
my God.
are you safe with that? And he was like, yep. It's all good. This is actually a pretty small luggage, actually.
Oh my God.
And he just after we dropped the luggage off back, he kind of like took me around on the bike and just
sick.
went on a tour of the entire city.
Hell
and
yeah.
there is just, I don't know, there's just something freeing about exploring a city on the back of a bike, especially if it's in Vietnam. Because I can't really describe the feeling of going up to of like stopping at the traffic lights, and you are with an army of scooters. You're the first one there, and then you stop, and then you just hear the buzzing.
And then the biker gang shows up.
There is a certain frequency of the Vietnam bikes where you just hear.
This is how Gon accidentally joined a bike again. Without realizing it.
It kind of felt like that. You stop the lights and you hear the buzzing as the army of scooters just stop at the lights. You look around, you're surrounded by scooters, and then everyone's waiting for the lights to turn green, and you just hear an army of vroom, 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 vroom.
It's like Fall Guys on bikes.
yeah.
They're all just like waiting, and they're like, "Come on, let's go!"
And then everyone goes off and nobody crashes. It was like playing real life Mario Kart, man. You saw some people who had the speed boost. Some people were just like,
Everybody chilled to the blue shit.
Yeah. And yeah, that was such an awesome experience. I was like, oh, I really want to try getting a scooter, but I don't know if I should. You know, my parents.
You make it sound like Vietnam was only scootering.
It was.
That's all you did?
That's. I mean, like, that's.
And ate food, hopefully.
okay.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of food, but that was kind of like the highlight of my trip, I think, because I remember the entire time I was like, I think I'm gonna get a scooter, but I don't know if my parents are gonna be happy. I don't know if my parents are gonna be happy. And then so after this, you know, awesome bike tour that I took with my mates, we were just standing outside, having a drink outside a bar, and it was like 4 p.m. And I was just, you know when you're just like on the cusp of being convinced of something. Yeah, I was like on that cusp. And then as we're just sitting down, having a chill drink, just enjoying the vibes, I just see this couple riding along, and they're in a bright red Vespa. And it was a single Vespa driving down this road on Vietnam. And I could feel something in my brain just click.
Right on shooting star starts playing in my head.
And I see this Vespa drive past, and I'm like, I turn to my mate and I'm like, I'm getting a Vespa. I've just decided it now. I rarely in my life has something in my brain just clicked that I know I'm going to make a spontaneous purchase.
Yeah.
But I went to him and I was like, as soon as I land in Thailand, the first thing I'm doing, I'm buying a Vespa. And the first thing I did was I landed in Thailand. My parents picked me up. Didn't even say hi. I was like, Dad, I'm buying a Vespa. And he was like, what? What's going on? What do you mean you're buying a Vespa? You're just here for another 5 days. It's like, I don't care that. I've made my decision. I'm buying a Vespa. And,
I'm a changed man.
and I'll be honest, even though I could only ride it for 5 days in Thailand, I'm sure I'll be back sometime. But
It's waiting for you.
it was like a fish being introduced to water for the first time. I had realized that this was in my
Sounds like
blood.
a Mr. Beast video.
Yeah.
Fish discovers water for first time.
I just realized just riding the motorcycle and riding the Vespa around Bangkok, it was like it was in my blood this entire time. I had tried to reject what was in my bloodline, but it just felt so right. And
I love how you went to Vietnam in the past 20 minutes. All you've been talking about is the fucking scooter. You're like, this is everything.
This is everything. Vietnam was great as well. I mean, like, Vietnam was great.
Is Vietnamese food better than Thai food, or is Thai?
No.
Oh
No.
shit, Maylene, you gotta let him say that.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Vietnamese people. You guys need to put some chilies, man. You need to put some chilies in there.
Take your helmet off, man.
Yeah,
You
okay.
took
Hey, you put your helmet on. That's cap.
There's only so much sriracha you can put on shit. You know, I need some actual chilies in my
Damn.
cuisine, man. But no, Vietnamese food.
Vietnamese food.
Sorry?
You ate communist Vietnamese.
But he said he eats communist Vietnamese food.